Big Gamer out here. How are you guys doing today? I'm super. Thanks for asking. Hey guys, today I wanted to bring you a quick review and buyer's guide for Little Nightmares. That's a game that's available on Xbox One, PS4 and PC. And it comes in at about £20 or $30 if you're in the US, and that is for a physical copy of the game. Now, it is a puzzle platformer from developer Tarsier Studios. They basically worked previously on the Little Big Planet series and Tearaway. And the game has a really strong horror vibe, so if you're into that genre, I think this will be a game for you. And that really comes across in a very dark, oppressive atmosphere that the game has. Its visuals are very grim and gritty, and it looks a little bit like you're looking into like a diorama or something like that. And graphically, the whole game, it really does have a very strong feel. The art direction is very strong. And the game's story is all told visually as well in worlds. So as you're walking through these environments, what you're seeing, you're kind of piecing together what's going on, what's happened to the main character, who the protagonist is, or really what's going on around you. Gameplay wise, the game feels most like Limbo, if I'm being honest, which is a game I love. This is mostly due to the feel of the platforming and the way you interact with the environment, which is very physics based. You grab and you pull things and you move objects around the environment to solve puzzles. And it is a puzzle platform, and the puzzles, I really love the puzzles in this game because they use the visual cues in the environment to really teach you how to interact with the game world. They show you the puzzle concepts without ever having to really give you any tutorials. And I found none of the puzzles really very frustrating. I'm not amazing at puzzle games, to be honest, and I found this game quite easy to get through still, but it was constantly challenging me, and it was constantly making me adapt the way I played the game to what I was seeing in the environment. So I really enjoyed that as well. And the visual storytelling that was coming along with that really compelled me to keep pushing through the game and continue to play. And I played it in two sittings, but like if I could have played this in one sitting, I think I would have. It really compelled me to find out what was going on, what was the deal with my main character, what was I doing in this weird world, and what was my place in this all. And it does feel like there's a strong mystery going on in the game at all times. That brings me to the one downside to the game. I managed to beat it in about 4 hours, and that seems to be quite a general consensus. 4 hours does seem to be roughly a good time for beating the game. And subsequent playthroughs, they are going to become shorter as you get to learn the puzzles. As you go back into the game to play a second time, you're obviously going to be able to knock that out in probably sub 3 hours, having seen a lot of the environments and knowing what kind of is expected of you in these places. Now, the game can be drawn out a little bit longer by a few of the secrets in the game. So these come in the forms of China dolls, which you can pick up and smash. And also they can come in the form of gnomes, which you can find and hug. Some of these need to be chased, some will hide in the environment. And that actually can add a bit of length to the experience. If you pick up a copy of the game physically, you do get the game's soundtrack that bundles in with it. So that does add some value to your $30. And all in all, I really love my time with the game. It's an experience that will stay with me for a long time. It's an experience that invoked a lot of what I liked out of movies like Nightmare Before Christmas or Spirited Away, in that it had such a peculiar atmosphere. It drew me into its world. It does seem to have a very rich world, and I wouldn't be surprised if this gets revisited in a later game or maybe something in the same universe. So despite its relatively short length, I don't feel ripped off at all. I feel that this was a very worthwhile experience. And I'm actually going to give this game an 8.5 out of 10. And I'm going to say, guys, it is a must-play experience. Whether you can wait for it to come down in price later down the line, or whether you go and buy it now, I don't think your money will be wasted. I'm glad I played it. Right, guys, if you enjoyed this review, if you want me to keep bringing you more reviews, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.